Please subscribe, like, and comment.
Okay, so let's dive in. Today we're kind of pushing aside some common job search advice. You know, the whole apply to 50 jobs, perfect the resume endlessly, get tons of interviews just to feel like you're moving forward. We're looking at something pretty different.
Yeah, we are. We're pulling from a specific source. It's chapter 3 of Mark Montilla's book, The 60-Second Job.
Right.
And the idea we're really digging into today, it's summed up perfectly. You only need one yes.
You only need one yes. Wow, that really flips the script, doesn't it?
It does.
So the goal for this deep dive is to unpack why Montilla calls this like one of the most freeing parts of looking for a job and, you know, what it means for your approach.
Exactly. And the source is really clear on this. You're not trying to convince like a whole committee.
Right.
You don't need everyone to approve. You don't even have to be the absolute perfect candidate on paper. Flawless resume, perfect timing. None of that guarantees it.
Because you just need one person, one decision maker.
That's it.
Just, one connection, maybe one hiring manager, someone who sees what you offer and thinks, okay, yes, let's talk. And it feels like this isn't about lowering your standards. It's more about focusing your energy, right? Like shifting from this wide impersonal race to, I don't know, targeted relationship building.
Precisely. And that leads straight into the first big idea from Montilla. Stop chasing volume. Start building value.
Okay.
The usual reaction when you need a job, often kind of frantic, is just volume, right? Send out resumes everywhere, apply to anything that moves, just hoping something sticks.
Yeah, the scattergun approach. And the source basically says that just leads to, well, burnout mostly, not actual results.
Pretty much.
So what's the other way? How do you find that one yes if you're not just spamming the apply button?
Well, the alternative is really targeted effort. Montilla suggests picking just 3 to 5 companies, places you actually care about.
Okay, only 3 to 5.
Yeah, where you feel you could genuinely make a difference. Then the real work starts. Research them, like really research them.
More than just the mission statement on their website.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
How do they actually make money? Who's doing relevant work there?
Yeah.
And maybe most importantly, what specific problems are they wrestling with right now?
And that research, it's not just background info. It sets you up for the key question Montilla asks, where could I add value fast?
Exactly.
So it's less about listing your skills and more about spotting their pain point you could fix.
That's the core of it. It's about crafting a message. There's an example in this source that actually cuts through. Something like, hi, name. I saw what your team's doing at company, especially with a specific project challenge. I focus on your skill, and I recently helped old company project get specific result. Based on what I've seen, I think I could help you with their challenge. Any chance we could chat for, 60 seconds?
That's super direct. It's specific. It's focused entirely on them and what you could do for them. It feels like offering help, not asking for a job.
Right. And that ties into the next really important point from the book. Visibility beats perfection.
Okay. Say more about that.
Well, you could be the most qualified person ever, years of experience, fancy titles.
Yeah.
But if no one sees you...
If you can't communicate that value.
Exactly. If you can't make it clear and easy for that one decision maker to see how you help them, then all that perfect experience just stays hidden.
So it's not about having the most qualifications, but being the clearest, the most targeted, and just making it easy for that person who holds the yes.
You show up, you say, here's how I solve your problem. That kind of visibility, the source argues, often beats a slightly better resume that's harder to connect the dots on.
Makes sense.
Now, Montilla is also, realistic. He says straight up, you will be rejected.
Right. Can't avoid that.
You'll send those targeted messages. You'll get ignored sometimes, maybe even ghosted. It's not some magic wand for instant success.
But and this feels key, the way the source reframes rejection is really powerful, isn't it? It's not the opposite of making progress. It's just proof you're taking action.
Yes. And each no or even silence, it isn't a failure. It's just clearing the path for the next attempt, the one that might be the yes.
So if you send, say, 5 really well-researched, value-packed messages to 5 specific people and only 1 replies, that's not a failure rate of 80%.
Not at all. That one positive reply is the potential yes you were looking for. And that's all this strategy actually needs. That one.
Okay, so boiling it all down, instead of just waiting around or playing the numbers game and crossing your fingers, this view from the 60-second job is about actively making the opportunity happen, taking clear, quick, focused actions aimed right at finding that one connection point where you add value.
That's a great summary. The real power in your job search, according to this, comes from that intense focus on getting the single yes.
Oh.
By showing real, visible value up front, not by drowning in applications or chasing some impossible standard perfection.
So for you listening, maybe think about this. If you genuinely only need one single yes, how does seeing every no as just, clearing the way, how does that change how bold you're willing to be? How willing are you to take these really targeted value-first actions? Something to think about.
Please subscribe, like, and comment.